Good morning, beloveds. He's probably, he's right out of the edge of the frame there. Chico was in here sunbathing because the sun just came out. And now he's standing on me, purring, basically demanding love. He's a funny cat because he is very aloof until he decides it's time to be loved, and then he's very demanding, and then he's done. And I'm worried about him knocking the camera over right now. So, Chico, come back here. Come here. Come on. Because he's currently on the table that the camera's sitting on, behind it. Chico, come on. Turn it. And he fell off. Cats are only graceful to a point, and occasionally they make decisions that just don't work out. Come here. Come on. Come on. Alright, I'm going to get this going. You're not here to watch me talk to my cat. Alright. It is March 2nd. We are in the month of faith. And our title is Unifying with Spirit, which is the second step of treatment. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. This is the statement of the unity of all life. Einstein believed that one physical law that comprehends, coordinates, and synthesizes all physical laws. I left out in. Einstein believes in one physical law that comprehends, coordinates, and synthesizes all physical laws. This, from the greatest mathematician of modern times, philosophically and spiritually viewed, is no different from saying that there must be one final mind, power, spirit, or reality in the universe, flowing in and through all things, governing all things. This is what we mean when we say that God is all there is. Science, logic, mathematics, reason, and revelation are all on the side of one who boldly proclaims the allness of God. We shall do well to follow this path because it means that in the last analysis, right has no opposite, good cannot be denied. Feeling and thinking and sensing this allness, we enter into conscious communion with it, and in some subtle way we do not understand, its essence flows out into our acts, spilling itself in and through everything we do, and bringing to bear upon the problems of life an intelligence greater than all the human and a power that is transcendent. Today I am affirming the supremacy of God, and everything within me responds to this thought, understanding its meaning and announces its presence. There is a power flowing through me into everything I do and think, automatically making everything whole. There is a transcendence, coordinating, unifying, causing all the experience of my life to blend into its unity, into its oneness, and proclaiming the power of its might. As a child accepts life without question and love without argument and action without anxiety, so do I spontaneously accept the operation of this power as the divine governor of everything I do, the divine provider of all my needs, and the divine presence diffused through all my thinking. And the Bible quote is, they seek me daily and delight to know my ways. They take delight in approaching to God. And that is from Isaiah 58:2. And honestly, I'm not sure what I just read. So, let me work my way through it. Okay. I mean, I get unifying with spirit. Like I said, second step of treatment. First step is recognizing that there is one power, one mind, one spirit, one love, whatever you want, whatever you want to call it. And then recognizing that we're a part of it. That's what we mean by unifying with spirit. It's like, it's a conscious unification. We're part of spirit because we're made from spirit. But it's that conscious recognition, hey, this is where I come from. This is what is available to me. So when we say unifying with spirit, it's like we're making conscious the connection. The connection is always there. So, and he starts out with a Bible quote, which of course is not sourced. So, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. This is a statement of the unity of all life. Einstein believed in one physical law that comprehends, coordinates, and synthesizes all physical laws. I read there was at least one article on the Science of Mind, in the Science of Mind archives that talked about, I believe it was Ernest talking about Einstein. It was fascinating. So if you haven't visited the archives, scienceofmindarchives.org. So yeah, Ernest knew who Einstein was. Okay, this, from the greatest mathematician of modern times, philosophically and spiritually viewed, he's talking about the one physical law, is no different from saying that there must be one final mind, power, spirit, or reality. All of those are capital. Okay, so there must be one final mind, power, spirit, or reality in the universe, flowing in and through all things and governing all things. Which is why we like to talk about God as a patterning intelligence, not a personality. When we try to assign a personality to God or spirit or mind, it can get a little wonky. I'll use that word. It also, that's where it can get exclusive rather than inclusive, which is why we like to use the patterning intelligence, the patterning mind, the patterning spirit. And that's where the flowing in and the governing comes from, is that pattern. There's a very successful pattern that has been working for, time immemorial, mostly. We're the ones who occasionally get out of the pattern, or a lot get out of the pattern. This is what we mean when we say that God is all there is. Not personality. Science, logic, mathematics, reason, and revelation are on the side of one who boldly proclaims the allness of God. And that's why we're called science of mind, or the older term is religious science. Because Ernest decided to take the scientific method and apply it to religion, to spirituality, to everything. He says, we've got these great tools. Let's take a look at them and use them and figure out if we can do this a little more consistently, because that's the point of the scientific method, is consistency. Let's see. All right. We shall do well to follow this path, because it means that in the last analysis, right has no opposite. Good cannot be denied. I'm really not sure what to do with that sentence. So I'm going to leave that for you to think about. Feeling and thinking and sensing this allness, we enter into a conscious communion with it, capital I, and in some subtle way that we do not understand, its essence, again, capital I, flows out into our acts, spilling itself in and through everything we do and bringing to bear upon the problems of the life an intelligence, that's a capital I, greater than the human, and a power, capital P, that is transcendent. Okay, very long sentence. So, basically, there's no basic in that sentence. When we make a conscious connection with whatever word you want to use, God, spirit, Atman, quantum field, when we make a conscious connection, we still don't understand how it works because it's constantly flowing through us. But when we make that conscious connection with it, it just flows better and works better, and we respond differently. And maybe it's the difference in reacting versus responding, because reacting is without thought and response is with a thought. We don't understand it. We don't. But that conscious connection really does make a difference in how it flows through us. And that's Ernest's drumbeat. Consciousness, consciousness, consciousness. When we consciously unify with the all, it just works better. It's working, whether we're conscious of it or not. But when we're conscious about it, and I think when we're conscious of it, we're more likely to embody the qualities of God, which may be why it works better. And you can list the qualities of God: the peace, the harmony, the creativity, the unity, the joy, the happiness. They're more than that. Today, I am affirming the supremacy of good. I may have missed the two O's the first time through. Today, I am affirming the supremacy of good, and everything within me responds to this thought, understanding its meaning, capital I, and announcing its presence, capital I. So, in the end, it's going to be good. And maybe we have work to do to get there. But we don't have to do the work ourselves. We have a partner. And we have a partner in good, with a capital G. And everything within me, everything within us responds to the idea that good is the ascendant. Or he also uses the word transcendent. That good's meaning and good's presence, that's what we're responding to. There is a power, capital P, flowing through me in everything I do and think, automatically making everything whole. So consider that this power of good flowing through you into everything that you do and think, and how that automatically just makes everything, if not better, a little bit better, a little bit lighter, and then a little bit lighter, which lights the path that we're walking a little bit further. We can see a little bit further, and it's like, oh wait, no, I know where I'm going. There is a transcendent, coordinating, unifying, causing all the experience in my life to blend into its unity, into its oneness, and proclaiming the power of its might. Wow. All right. There is a transcendence, and he uses a capital T there, a transcendence. And that's all he says. He doesn't put any word after transcendence. There is a transcendence, coordinating, unifying, and causing all the experience in our life to blend into that transcendence unity, into its oneness, that transcendence oneness, and proclaiming the power of that transcendent, that good. Maybe replace all of those words with good. There is a good, coordinating, unifying, and causing all of the experience in our life to blend into that good's unity, that good's oneness, proclaiming the power of that good's might. As a child accepts life without question, and love without argument, and action without anxiety. And I like that he says a child, because children don't question early. I mean, until they learn the word why. Children don't question life. They don't question love. They don't argue love, and they don't. They do things without anxiety. It's like we hit adulthood, and it's like we question everything, and we argue about love. It's like, okay. And then every action, we get that anxiety behind it. Not every action, but you know what I mean. So it's like Jesus said, be as a little child. Accept life without question. Not what goes on in life, but life. The actual physical being of life. Why are you here? It's not a question we have to answer. It really isn't. We are here. And we have stuff to do. We don't have to question that. And love without argument. You gotta think about that one. An action without anxiety. So do I spontaneously accept the operation of this power as the divine governor of everything I do, the divine provider of all my needs, and the divine presence diffused through all my thinking. So what Ernest is asking us to accept is that there is a divine power that supports everything that we do. There is a divine provider for all of our needs. And there is a divine presence in everything we think. If we consciously unify with that divine presence, that divine governor, that divine provider, life has no choice but to get better. They seek me daily and delight to know my ways. They take delight in approaching to God. Isaiah was one of the, the word just popped out of my head. Prophets. He was one of the prophets of exile. He was one of the exile prophets. That's the word I was looking for. He was one of the exile prophets. And that was his job, was to say, hey, there's God. There's good. We need to turn to that. I know things look bad now, but let's turn and look at God and things will get better. Let's seek God's ways, which when we seek God's ways, I'm talking about the embodiment of all of those qualities. Love, peace, joy, harmony, creativity, unity. I know I'm forgetting some of them. But when we seek those ways, when we seek to embody that, when we seek to do that, then we are unifying with Spirit, which is the mission for today. So the mission for today, should we choose to accept it, is to recognize the divine governor, the divine provider, the divine presence that is in and through us. And Ernest used the word spills through us in ways that we don't understand. But the more conscious we are about it, the better we respond to life. The better life responds to us. And the more space that we can hold for other people to do it around us. So, all right. As always, I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, because you deserve it. Absolutely. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased. You deserve the love, the kindness, and the compassion for yourself. And the more you practice it on yourself, the more you will have to give away. That really is how it works. So, I am going to move into the process of my day. I'm going to encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body today. The weather is the weather. I don't know what to tell you. But the sun came out here. I would encourage you, get a little early morning sun on your face, just 5-10 minutes. It literally does shift your body chemistry and can make it easier to sleep at night if you get it early in the morning. Not too late. Drink plenty of water. Please drink plenty of water, especially if your heat's running like mine is. And while you may not want to open your windows to get the fresh air for that fresh perspective, I do encourage you to open the windows of your soul and allow that breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven now. It is about consciously unifying with that spirit to see it. And the more we see, the more we can show, the more people who will recognize the heaven around us. All right, beloveds. I don't know what I was about to say. So I guess I'm done. I will encourage you though. It's Tuesday. Okay. I don't know of anything going on Tuesdays. But yeah. Oh, I'm just losing my mind. I gotta go. I gotta eat. That's probably what I need. So, Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. on Facebook Live. And do remember that all of these I think I'm still missing September and October, but all of these have been archived to the YouTube channel, the Running Rev Ryan. The Running Rev Ryan. That's where all of these have been moved to. They're still on the Facebook page. I just don't want to clutter up the Creative Life YouTube channel, so I moved them to a different one. All right, beloveds, have a wonderful day.